Hello YouTube, my name is Tim and today I'm going to be talking about the ETF VTI, which is the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index, except it's an ETF, it's not an index fund. There is a big difference between ETFs and index funds, and I will be going over that in this video. So hopefully by the end of the video, you'll be able to make an informed decision. I do believe VTI is one of the safest funds you can invest in, simply because it encompasses the total stock market. So if a little bit of it goes down, then the other parts that go up will be able to protect you. Don't forget, if you liked the video, to hit the like and subscribe button down below. This is the ETF based on the total stock market. It is not an index fund. The index fund is actually VTSAX, but the index fund is a mutual fund. The only way I know to buy that particular stock is to buy it from Vanguard itself. You are not able to buy it on Robinhood or Webull. I checked, but it has a $3,000 minimum investment, and the price that it trades for is determined at the end of the trading day. That is not the case with VTI, since it is an ETF or an exchange traded fund. That means that it is going to be able to be traded throughout the day. So VTI is a ETF that was formed on April 27th, 1992. It does encompass the complete stock market, and so that includes large, mid, small, and micro cap companies in the stock market for both the NASDAQ, S&P 500, and the New York Stock Exchange. Right now, today is Saturday, so it is not currently trading, but the last time it traded on Thursday, it went for $194.64 a share. It has an expense ratio of 0.03%, which is an incredibly low because it is such a passive ETF and it encompasses everything, so they don't really have to manage it very much. It also, since it encompasses everything, including dividend stocks, it also does pay a dividend every quarter. It has a dividend yield of 1.42%. VTI does have a total holdings of 3,587 stocks. It does have major holdings in Apple at 5.03% of its holdings, and the next two highest are Microsoft at 4.44% and Amazon at 3.70% holdings. So this ETF has a dividend yield of 1.42%, an annual payout of $2.77 per share. It has a payout ratio of 47.40% and has a 5-year growth rate of 6.03%. Did not grow its dividend this year with everything that happened in 2020. That's kind of understandable. For every quarter, you get paid 0.7818 cents, which basically is going to be 0.78 cents every 3 months. The most recent ex-dividend date, which is the date you had to own the ETF by, is December 24th of 2020, and it paid out on December 30th of 2020. Since this ETF does pay its dividends quarterly, it pays them out in March, June, September, and December. Typically, the last day of the month is when they pay out their dividend. And now I'm at Yahoo Finance, so I can look at the performance of this ETF over the past year. As you can see here on the left, back in January 2020, it was at $164.98. It did climb up a little bit at the end of the month and had a slight dip, and then it climbed again in the early part to mid part of February. And then, of course, when the pandemic hit, it went all the way down to $111.91, which would have been a very, very good time to buy into it. But then over the intervening months, it did have a nice, steady, for the most part, there are some dips here and there, but it had a nice recovery over the next 9 months. And because it's something I always like being able to find out and finding exactly how much you would have to invest to make the $1,000 per month, I'm here on TD Ameritrade's income estimator to find out exactly how many stocks and how much total investment you would need in this ETF in order to make $1,000 a month or $12,000 per year in dividends. Now, this doesn't include the fact that not very many of the total stocks within VTI are going to be dividend stocks, but since it does pay a dividend, this is one way every quarter that you can make money. In order to make the $1,000 a month, you would need 4,335 shares of this ETF, and that has a total market value as of today, January 2nd, 2021, of $843,764.40. So in conclusion, I do believe VTI is one of the best ETFs you can get as a beginner. It is a total stock market, so you are completely diversified, so you also don't have to do any research into any company financials. This covers them all. So my recommendation for any beginners, and again, don't take this as financial advice, talk to a CPA or a certified professional, not someone on YouTube. But if I were to only have one stock or one ETF to invest in forever, it would be VTI, just because it covers everything. So it's about as diversified and safe as you can get in the stock market. And so that's why I believe it is a great investment for beginners. This is Future Tim, so I want to make a clarification so that it wasn't misleading. VTI has stocks that encompass the whole stock market, but they are not every single stock in the stock market, as there are over 11,000 stocks in the stock market. So I wanted to make that correction. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found it helpful and informative. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button down below.